all. I'm Tom Bodo. I graduated from the MAT program in 2016. I'm currently teaching history in Guilford County Schools, Ragsdale High School. And as a teacher who really appreciates project-based learning and incorporating student voices in the classroom, I always appreciate opportunities like this to see what my students actually feel when they're in front of their entire class and in front of adults, because yeah, it's always very informative to have opportunities like this. Always learning, always learning. So anyhow, I think like a lot of us, I felt really called to teach, truly called to teach. From the time I was in high school, I remember being completely set. Like I had this idea in my mind. Like I wanted to be that history teacher who wore like silly ties and like would just tell long stories. Like that's what I wanted to be. People would ask me in high school, what do you want to be? I want to be this high school teacher. I want to wear the tie, the jacket, the whole thing. That's what I'm going to be. I also grew up in a pretty low-income family. Like I think many of recipients of the Durham Teaching Fellows program did. And you know, being in a high school, thinking right now I'm teaching juniors and thinking about where I was as a junior, like the business that my family had built over years of struggling fell apart, and both my parents lost their jobs. And thinking with that, you know, trying to piece together like, okay, I have this dream of like something that I really want to do that's important, that's beyond me, but also has a pretty modest salary, and how those numbers can actually work together. So after college, like, you know, not knowing if that was going to be a possibility, something that I was going to be able to do, despite working hard, despite having this passion, despite doing all the right things. And I'm eternally grateful, first of all, that the Durham Teaching Fellows program exists to offer this sort of financial support, because I never would have been able to pay off the debt anywhere else. Like, there's no possibility. Like, I love this job. I didn't get in it to be rich. I got in this to have an impact on lives beyond my own. So having the Durham Teaching Fellowship be there for me to provide this sort of financial support to make this dream a reality is incredibly appreciated. Beyond that, I think many of you would agree that when you're in the Durham Teaching Fellows program or the MAT program more generally, it's kind of like joining a secret club, and I've kind of always wanted to be in a secret club, because, you know, I remember meeting with Dr. Teasley and being paraded and introduced to all these different MAT alumni who were teaching in Durham Public Schools. When I got into my first placement, Riverside, where I started my career for 2 years, being surrounded by MAT alums, people who knew the program really in depth, who knew exactly what I was going through. I had so many offers of support every step of the way through the crazy year where I don't think I slept 10 hours for the year, of doing graduate work, coursework in my field, pedagogy, all those sorts of things that have shaped who I am as an educator. Having support through all that, having support through my first semester where I had no idea what I was doing, despite being the best prepared you could possibly be. Nothing can prepare you for that, but having support from beginning to end. You know, I do feel like while this job is hard and while education has been better supported other times, I do feel often that I am living my dream. And I think that's sincerely because of the Duke MAT program, because of the Durham Teaching Fellows. So sincere appreciation for renewing this program, and I look forward to seeing what the future graduates have to offer our communities. So thank you.